Here in front of me we have a couple of the Kubota Z series range of zero-turn ride-on mowers. I suppose the petrol zero-turn market has definitely took a big jump in popularity in the last couple of years, and Kubota have reacted to that and brought out a couple of new models in the last year or two to I suppose, accommodate that rise in popularity and interest in zero-turn mulching mowers. There is a couple of more models than what is here, but we are going to just go through the two I have here, and I'll mention the other options as well. So this one I'm standing beside right now is your Kubota Z1421, which is the entry model in the Kubota range, and hence the Z1. As you move up, you'll see it goes up in Z1, 2, 4, but this is the Z1 range. From a spec point of view, this is running a Kawasaki FR651V, which is around the 19 horsepower. I know we're probably not allowed to say that anymore, but around 19 horsepower of engine on the back, which is a good, sturdy, solid engine. That runs a 42-inch deck, prefabricated deck, good, strong, sturdy deck. You'll not bend that in a hurry anyway, and if you do, you're a fair operator. It's available in a couple of configurations, so you'll see the plastic chute on the side here. So that at the moment is set up for side discharge, so your grass is chopped down and is pushed out the side. There is an option with these mowers too to add a mulching kit, which basically you remove this plastic chute, a plate goes on here and blocks off the side, and a couple of flanges go underneath the deck that point the grass out the back, and obviously you will have your mulching blade put on in place of the standard blades, and that will obviously chop up the grass another time or two and create a mulched effect rather than a side discharge. I suppose where this has its place is on the heavier crop, start of the year, first couple of cuts, etc. When you get into the better side of the summer, the like of this year where we had good dry weather, a mulching system on one of these is the right job. Obviously you have to cut it a wee bit more often with mulching, but definitely from a finish point of view, it chops it up neater. You barely see it on the lawn, especially if you're keeping it cut every 5 to 7 days. If you were leaving it that bit longer, 2 weeks sort of time, 10 days, 2 weeks, you'd probably be as well leave it inside discharge, but you do have the bit more debris or the bit more crop lying on the ground with that set up there. It's ran on a hydrostatic lever drive, zero-turn hydrostatic levers. So basically 2 together, pulled forward to go forward in a straight line, alternate them to turn left or right, and the 2 of them fully back to reverse. Neutral is when both are out at the side here, and then you have a handbrake on your left hand side when you're sitting on the machine there as well, just to lock the machine in brake. From an adjustment off the deck point of view, you have a spring loaded foot lever here, and you adjust your dial like this here. So basically when you have your deck, you need to keep pressure on this, and then you can adjust your deck. Once that's let down, you cannot move it. So once you set your height, your height is set. There's no...
That's your cutting height there?
Cutting height, yeah. So you've no option, like you can't hit it by accident and next thing it drops. Like you have to have pressure on your lever here, or your foot lever, and then you can adjust your height. So you have increments here of really 0.25 as such. So you have 4, which is your highest, all the way across. So 1.5, I believe, is your lowest there. So that's pretty much on the ground there. You have your couple of caster wheels on the front of the deck, which will act as anti-scalping wheels. So that'll not allow your deck to scalp the ground essentially. So it'll kind of roll with the ground essentially. Your front 2 wheels here are swivel, so allow the machine to turn seamlessly. Super machine for open lawns. Wouldn't be a machine I'd be recommending if you had a lot of hilly ground, because your 2 front wheels being on a swivel. It's very hard to control it. If you're going the side of a hill, not the machine for you. But open flat areas, super tool, really, really quick, and gets around the lawn and around obstacles very effectively. That's just pretty much the spec of that one. you can see here now we're moving across to the top spec model, which is the Z4. So it is a Z4 541. Your middle digits is your deck width. So if you notice on your Z1 421, 42 inch, this is a Z4 541, which is 54 inch. And obviously, as I said earlier in the video, the Z4 is moving up into your higher spec, full spec model. So probably the couple of main differences, obviously, is the deck size, the engine power, but you'll notice the build of the machine is a lot heavier too. So this would be considered a commercial spec petrol zero turn. You'll see by the size of even the wheels on it compared to that, you know, they're double the size, double the width. Wheels in the back are particularly bigger. That's to carry your weight, that's to distribute your weight. You know, right, well, you might say this is a small wheel and a small front wheel. It is, but that's the size of wheel that distributes the weight of that machine effectively. Whereas you're going into a bigger machine, so the wheels have to be bigger, you know, to distribute that weight. But yeah, look, I'll give you a quick run through this one. Setup of it is very similar. Pretty much the same, to tell you the truth. It's hydrostatic lever drive again. Probably a noticeable difference in terms of the operation of the machine is the comfort of the seat on this one. It'd be a lot comfier. You can see good cushion in the seat there. And you have, obviously on both machines, a seat belt which is meant to be worn when using these machines. You have a roll cage on both of them. This one here is actually foldable to allow you to get it into tighter spots. So it'll just you adjust your dial there, loosen them off, and that'll actually fold level across here. So it basically brings your maximum height from that down to about here. So for storing in garages, into maybe the back of a large van or something like that, you might need to utilise that at some point as well. Look, you'll see the build quality of the deck on this one. I referenced it on the smaller one, but like that's a super sturdy deck. Like you'll be doing very, very well to do anything to damage that.
How many blades on these?
There'll be 3 blades on that, so there will 3 blades, which will allow the emulsion to work effectively as well, especially on the bigger one here. So you have it's actually set up alternatively to the smaller one. There's no option for side discharge on that particular model. Now we can, there is an option I believe to order that as a side discharge as well, but the bigger one I suppose is that one there, the full spec one, is coming with a rear discharge deck as opposed to the side discharge with the option of mulching. It's still a thing you can have a full mulching setup on or rear discharge only. So same as this one here with side discharge, rear discharge is chopping and dropping, not mulching. And then if you want the mulching setup on it, it's a kit that'll add a couple of flanges in to recirculate the grass around and chop it up finer. Again, going back to the same what I said earlier, if you're aiming to cut on a very regular basis, you'd be better with the mulching kit. But if you're not able to cut every 5-7 days in the height of the summer, you would be as well with just rear discharge. So in terms of the running of this machine, you have an FS730V Kawasaki twin-cylinder engine again. Kubota use pretty much Kawasaki as in all their petrol options. They don't make a petrol engine themselves, but I wouldn't be anyway afraid of selling anyone a Kawasaki petrol engine. Super engine, lots of power and more than enough to run the like of that. You have a wee hitch attachment there for holding the likes of a small little moss rake or an aerator or something along those lines. So that's built on the side of it. A couple of nice features, a wee bit of storage there, a cup holder as well, which is a nice touch. Similar setup with the deck adjustment. Your pedal is on the side here and your dial the very same as what's on the smaller version, only in obviously a little bit more heavy duty setup. The seat is adjustable there in terms of cushioning, so you can adjust just how rigid or how loose you want that, depending probably on the user itself. And from a fuel filling point of view, you have on the right hand side here, it's external to the likes of the engine and that, it's on away to one side, which is good for safety. In terms of blade engagement, it's electro-hydraulic switch on and off on the lever here, or on the button here, sorry. So pull up to engage, press down to disengage. Your seat's adjustable too in terms of forward and back, so you can be a wee bit closer to the levers or a wee bit further away as well. So both of them machines are available with a Kubota Care 5-year warranty as well. So probably particularly on the likes of the commercial spec one here, if you're a commercial user doing 2, 3, 500 hours a year, there's different packages available in terms of hours. So you can have 5 years, 1,000 hours or more. Basically gauge it yourself on what hours you're doing, which will give you a full parts and labour warranty of 5 years on either machine, obviously subject to servicing and keeping it serviced with ourselves or a Kubota dealer within that period. And look, we can offer you finance on these machines too. There's not 0% as such, but there is good low finance rates available on a new machine. We will accept trade-ins against these as well. If you have something there, we'll try our best to value it and trade it in again the like of this. So do keep in touch with us. Give us a shout to get a quotation and we'll get you a new zero turn.